Well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to SMITE. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bellona, who is the latest god to be added. She's got a very interesting kit. I really like her. I think, unfortunately, she's overtuned at the moment, so I'm looking forward to her getting adjusted to where she needs to be. But right now, I have watched some Bellonas really tear up the battlefield and do probably a lot more damage than they should be able to do and heal a lot more than they should. So let's kind of take a look at what she does. She's pretty cool. She's got an attack progression that is not specified because she carries around 4 weapons, basically. She starts with a 2-handed sword, has a sword and shield, a hammer, and a scourge, which is kind of a line-based attack. It's like a chain whip, I guess. It's kind of hard to describe. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of her abilities really fast. Master of War. Upon receiving or doing basic attacks, she receives protections and movement speed. 5 protections per stack, 6% movement per stack. So she's designed to get in the middle of combat and do a bunch of damage and be able to chase. Shield Bash will dash forward and do damage in a cone. It will slow the enemy it hits for 2 seconds, and then will switch you over to a Sword and Shield, upon which doing 3 basic attacks will give you block. Alright, it's kind of like Athena. You get block, it completely nullifies the damage that you take from a basic attack, and then does AoE damage in a circle around you. It's important that it does it. You have to know it does it in a circle around you. You have Bludgeon, which is a hammer, which is pretty cool. It's a spin. You circle around, and any enemy god you hit when you do the spin will increase the damage of the next hit. So it's got 2 hits. You spin around, do damage in the circle around, and then bash down. And the line-based part of it is the part that hits really freaking hard. And I think that one might be overtuned. I've seen a lot of damage come out of that. The thing to keep in mind when you're playing as Bellona is that when you do the hammer, you can be stunned out of the second hit. They can stun you at any point, right? So you get in the middle of enemy gods, which is the whole point of it. But you can get knocked out of it and not be able to attack. So you have to be careful of that. After you use the hammer, you will now have the hammer as your basic attack, and you hit everything in an arc in front of you. It obeys kind of the laws of the arc, right? It's not actually splash damage where you hit a target and it does damage to targets around it. It's actually where you swing is where it's going to hit, which is kind of cool the way they've done that. Finally is the Scourge. That's her number 3. And the Scourge is, like I said, kind of a chain whip. You attack in a line, and I'll bring up the screen for her abilities when we get in here.
This shall be a day long remembered.
You attack in a line, and any enemy you hit is disarmed. That's a new form of CC that's never existed before. So you attack in a line, and when you disarm an enemy, it makes it so they can't basic attack anymore for a few seconds. They can move, and they can use abilities, they just can't basic attack. And then you now start using the Scourge, which is still a melee weapon, but it's got a little bit of a range to it, and every 3rd hit will allow you to heal. Now the heal is flat, it doesn't use up any... Oh boy.
Please, let's do this.
Let's get this, get a few.
Please. Please. Please.
Oh boy. Gotta be careful. Freya wants to get in the middle of it. So the healing is flat, and as you see, so basically 3 hits with that, you get healing. I'm not... No, everyone's back here. We're not going to do a 2-man thing. With the hammer, you're attacking in an arc. Very good with attack speed. And again, the shield bash. Every 3rd hit allows you to get a stack of block. Very powerful god to use attack speed with. You see here, here's the basic attack. Is your 2-handed sword. The 1 gives you a sword and shield. The 2 gives you the hammer. And then the 3 gives you the Scourge. Her 4 is a flag that she plants down. It is a leap, so it can be useful for not only engaging, but for running away if you need to. It offers protections and physical power when you use it. So here's the 2. I want to show this off. It's this, you spin around and then you kind of hit it again. And it hits really hard. You can see there, too, that it also will hit anything around me as I'm swinging this thing. I'll go ahead and show off the sword and board as well. We'll dash in, boom, and that gave me 2 stacks of block. Now it doesn't affect these guys. It only affects enemy gods, where it does the reflection. All right, we're going to focus on the bludgeon because it does the most damage. It will allow us to push forward. So the healing on the Scourge, I've heard might be a little overtuned as well. It's kind of hard to say. I'm going to do a little bit of healing here with the Scourge. As you can see, it's got a pretty good line. I can hit enemies kind of at a range. Now, the weapons you hold until you drop out of combat. So here, a couple seconds, and once combat drops, she's back to her sword. The attack progression is listed as special when you look at her because each of these weapons has its own attack progression. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and pull back. That'll give me some protections. I've slowed her down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and disarm her. And now we're going to hit her with the hammer. Oh, but we missed at the very end there. Freya is actually going to charge out. I'm not sure that's a really great idea there, Freya. That was not a good idea. We don't know if this, yeah, we don't, he may have an ult. I want to go ahead and back.
On my way. Enemy missing left. Ultimate is ready.
Alright, so we're going to build, I'm not really sure. We're going to build a little bit of attacky. She is a attacky. I'm going to build more for attack, I think, than defense. And I think that's where I've seen a lot of these Bellonas be really strong. I probably should have started with the hammer to slow enemies down. I see a lot of Bellonas doing that, and it seems to work well for them. I don't really care for her being attack-based. I like building a defensive Bellona because I think she's really cool. If you can get attack, if you go attack speed with some defenses.
Hit me.
See, there's the disarm keeping me from attacking.
Get away.
I really like building kind of tanky, but the problem is like I said, there's a little bit of a power discrepancy here. Now, I don't think I play her well enough to be able to show off how powerful she can be.
Rally here.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and chase down a bit.
Drop it. Come on and hit me.
Pulling back.
All right. So you can see we've done quite a bit of damage to him.
Okay.
I don't think I'm really good enough to show it off, but trust me, I have seen plenty of Bellonas that have just completely wrecked teams, gone
Enemy missing left.
like 2 against 1,
Save yourself.
sometimes 3 against 1 or more. Bellona can do some serious damage, and it's kind of scary what I've been able to watch some of them do. So don't take what you see from my gameplay to say that, oh no, she can't be overpowered. Trust me, she can be.
On my way. Retreat.
And back we go. Oh, no. What got me with there? Maybe it was the tower. Probably the tower. Oh well.
Enemies in my way.
I'm going to go for cooldown.
Nice job.
Let's kind of take a look at what their Bellona's doing. Yeah, see, there you show. She's going heavy hammer, then she's going boots, and then she's going to get a little bit of armor. I may end up going with urchins or something like that to get a little bit of protections, but not much. So the icon here on the left, this is kind of her auto attack. You'll see the spikes appear at the top that show how many stacks of movement speed and protection she has, and then there'll be a red bar that fills this up that shows how long you have until you drop out of combat. When the red bar disappears, you're out of combat, you lose the weapon you're currently equipped with.
Your left tower is under attack.
It also shows when you lose your stacks, really.
Careful, right.
Actually, I don't believe it counts the out of combat. I believe it's just for the stacks.
Be right back.
Enemy missing left. Be careful, right.
Ultimate. On my way.
Okay, let's go ahead and use the Scourge so I can get a little bit of healing here.
Right leg.
Wow. I got smacked down by that hammer. And as you can see, quite a bit of damage on that. Oh. Right. Freya almost got her. Nice attempt, but I think she might be digging too deep. She used her curse to try and stop Freya. I'm not sure, or not Freya, Afro.
Let's do this.
Try and stop Afro. But I think she was just way too close to the tower. That was kind of a waste of a curse.
Quiet.
It's quite alright. We're going to keep going, keep trying. I'm kind of losing myself in some of the commentary and trying to defend at the same time, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm definitely not playing to the best of my capabilities. I'm going to go ahead and grab this.
Enemies in right lane.
So the hammer, as you can see, kind of attacks a little bit slower, but hits a little bit harder than my normal attacks.
Building stacks.
So the hammer's slower, but stronger. The sword and shield and the scourge are a little bit quicker. I'm not sure how much so compared to the
You're welcome.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and disarm her. All right.
No. No.
All right. Yeah, she's doing a bit. Yeah, there you go. And there's the hammer, just as you can see, just knocking a bunch. That hammer itself did 300 damage. It really seems like that hammer is just really strong.
Your team has destroyed
The fact that she can be tanky as well as do a bunch of damage, that's where the warriors are really supposed to be, right? They're supposed to be a little bit tanky and a little bit damaging, but their damage has always felt a little bit off in this game. Like, it feels like the warriors do a little too much, and I feel like they've been the things that Hi-Rez has the hardest time balancing.
Nice job.
Let's kind of take a look at what she's doing. She really hasn't built much else other than the urchin. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my hammer. So again, as much as I love her, I would rather build her defensively, but it really feels like if I build defensively, I'm going to really be hurt, because I've tried that before. I've tried building defensively against offensive Bellonas. Everybody builds offensive as Bellona, it seems. I mean, you can look at it. This Bellona that I'm fighting is building with a hammer, building with attack in mind. That's what they all do. And unfortunately, building defensive doesn't really help against that, because the damage they do comes from quite a few sources, and they're just able to output more damage than you can really mitigate. Alright, I think we're going to be okay here. I should be able to get this tower before she is able to do much against me. There we go. Oops. There we go. Doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and get out of there. Alright, we've disarmed her. Unfortunately, as you can see, it didn't matter that I disarmed her, because she's just going to kill me with the hammer. And you can take a look at the damage that she did compared to everybody else. Mercury, an assassin, is not doing more damage than her. That's what I mean. It's a shame, but I'm constantly getting hit here, which is, you know, that's the thing, is I'm constantly having to deal with that. But that's okay. She did finally die to tower.
Nice job. You rock.
We're doing okay. I think we've taken out a tower. They haven't taken out the first tower just yet. Anubis, good job against that Mercury. Very good. Having a hard time, it would appear, with Afro. But it looks like she's going to retreat, which is probably a good idea. All right, now I'm focusing on Scourge as my second weapon. It is definitely, I think, the one to go with because of the healing.
Be careful left. Enemy ultimate
On
is
my
out.
way.
Has been slain.
All right. Enemy Goobus. What's up, Anubis? Oh, wow. She slowed him down. All right, I'm just going to go for the tower because it's nearly dead. All right, spin and win. Right? Oh, whoa. No, 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 no. Not getting away.
Your right tower under attack.
Oh, well. Okay, we're going to back off. All right, we're getting away.
Your siege juggernaut has been
See,
destroyed.
she got me with that hammer.
That's too bad.
Cancel.
I'm not so easily defeated.
Uh-oh. Nope, she got me.
To the death.
And there goes Anubis. Wow. Holy crap, did he not really kill her? See, that's what I'm talking about. How in the hell did she survive that?
That's awesome. Thanks. Thanks.
No reason to hold
I am not playing her very well, I admit, but and that's what I'm kind of trying to show off here, is like, look at what she's doing comparatively. Like, she is definitely going to be the one carrying their team. And that's the unfortunate thing. I see this a lot. Her power definitely needs to get balanced, because most teams I watch will get carried by a Belladonna. Or Bellona. Belladonna. Belladonna by a Bellona. I really wish I was just better at her. Or the game in general. I'm still kind of rusty. It's been a while. It's me getting back into SMITE. I've been playing quite a bit. But I play so many different characters that I don't always get a chance to focus on one and get really good with one. So what we're going to try and do is come behind here. They're all here. I think what we might be able to do is get in here, do a whole bunch of damage.
Juggernaut has been
Yep.
destroyed.
Alright. Goobus is not getting away. There's two. Let's just spin and hit her.
Light blade.
Killing.
Yeah, she's down. She's dead.
Impressed.
Attack middle lane. Middle lane.
Bellona is fantastic against characters that rely on auto attacks, though. I will tell you that much. I have decimated hunters. Oh, someone I felt really bad for once was Nausea. An enemy Nausea tried to fight me, and every time they tried, they would just get absolutely wrecked. Like, the only thing they could do is try to use their abilities to stop me,
Enemy has been slain.
and it didn't always work in their favor.
Side. Gold Fairy?
Because every time Nausea would auto attack, I would just do my shield and reflect all the damage back to him. Let's see how they're building. It's kind of, you know what? I might go ahead and do the Urchin. I want a little bit of defense. We'll kind of copy them a little bit. What's popular? Urchins is in the popular, isn't it? No, it's not
Ultimate
actually.
is ready.
You can see why some things are popular, though. I mean, look at the Ikval. It's like massive amounts of attack speed, and she really focuses really strongly on that attack speed. Bellona's love seeing a high amount of physical gods on the enemy team. Look at that. See, she's going for lifesteal. That's what usually happens. You go for the life. You know what? We're going to copy. We're going to copy just a little bit.
Has been destroyed.
Actually, you know what? No, wait. I want the defense first.
Please.
Where's my urchins?
Please.
Where's my urchins? There we go. Height of the urchin. We'll go get that next. Wow, you stay in the... You sit in the thing to try and buy for just a couple moments, and people get all uppity about what's going on. Sheesh.
Bye.
People are impatient. Alright, so unfortunately,
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to have to hold back.
Yes.
Why can I see the... Oh, I could see her because one of our creep was following her. So I'm going to grab this, and then what I need to do is kind of try and focus on where they're going to be attacking.
Juggernaut has arrived.
I like the idea of getting Aussie, kind of like she is,
Light blade.
because one, it's a lot of attack speed. Two, it's healing. And you combine those two on Bellona with Scourge, and you just sit there and auto attack and heal through everything. Heal through everything. And there's the stun, there's the kill.
On my way.
That seems a little excessive, but hey, whatever. Where'd she go? There she is. And there's a bunch of damage.
Be right back.
I need to be careful. Anubis kind of used his ult a little bit
Attack.
prematurely there.
Attack.
Need some healing here. Yeah, go ahead and hit me out of there. I'm gonna activate my Scourge and try and get a little bit of healing off the line here.
Destroy the right.
I can't get healing off of the... Nicely done, nicely done. I cannot get healing off the towers and phoenixes and things like that.
Good game.
Alright, I've disarmed her.
14 has destroyed.
And we've done it.
Enemy.
Yeah, not great gameplay. We ended up winning. And our team did a really good job there. I can't take a look at the highest damages and things like that. Honestly, team did pretty good. I feel like I was the worst of the team, but hey, that's me. It's what happens. If you're coming here looking for expert gameplay, you're not going to get it. You might get some interesting commentary. Might not. But that's what we do here. Unfortunately, as you can see, I kind of went 1, 5, and 8. I did get quite a bit of assists. You know what? I think Artemis was very justified in that mute, by the way. Rinji saying, for nothing, you child. No, I'm sorry, but there was a lot of spam going on there, and I was tempted to do so myself. So I didn't do too great. Didn't get a lot of kills. I got quite a bit of assists, though, so I was there for most of the kills, which is nice. But kind of like, let's take a look at some of the player damage like on there. So their Bellona almost did 13,000 player damage. And her mitigation was also close to 20,000. That just kind of shows you the power that Bellona has. I may not have shown it off, but I think theirs might have for me, which I kind of appreciate. It's kind of hard to really sit here and do commentary and say, yeah, this god's overpowered, and then show me doing terribly. Because the truth of the matter is, it's not really my gameplay, or it's not really the god that's not... That doesn't necessarily mean the god's not overpowered, it just means that I'm just not doing well in showing it off. I kind of like her victory screen, so I'll let that show without anything in front of it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to her getting a bit of balance. I know it's coming. I know it's going to happen. There's been too many people complaining about Bellona. I like her. I think she's got an interesting kit that'll be really cool to work with once the balance is there. But again, Hi-Rez just has such a weird time getting warriors in the right place. It's like they either tank too much or do too much damage when they're supposed to be somewhere in between. I love Smite. I really do. I just sometimes wonder. That's all I can really say on that one. But hey, this is Bellona. I think she's really cool. I wanted to show her off a little bit. Even if I sucked it up, but there you go. She's cool. I really like. I would really like to take her as a defensive option, and I've done it before. A lot of people started figuring out how to build her offensively and how to do really well with that. I really enjoyed it when I was able to do that because I could go out defensively, and enemies would sit there and try and take me out, and I would just be able to absorb a ton of the damage. And I wasn't doing a ton of damage myself. I was mostly letting them hurt themselves by using the sword and the shield, and they would just reflect their own damage back. And that's really what I like about her. I think she's got this really awesome kit where she could be this god that really punishes people for attacking her rather than doing the damage herself. I think that's part of the problem. I think with the kit, she may have a little bit too much damage because what I see in her kit is a lot of options for defense. A lot of options to punish the enemy for being offensive, right? So I don't think she really should be a god that's supposed to be super offensive herself. I like the idea that she has the hammer to do a lot of damage, but maybe that needs to be scaled back a bit. Because she can sit there, you've got the sword and the shield in order to reflect damage, you've got the scourge in order to heal, and then the hammer for a bit more damage should you need it. She really feels like she's supposed to be more defensive than anything else, but I like her. I really do. And there you go. See, look, I mentioned it. There it is, Iqval. Right there, attack speed. Going for pure attack speed, a little bit of healing. Didn't go beyond level 2 hammer, though. I can understand that because the level 2 hammer gets a nice passive bonus on its own. So yeah, I would recommend going out and look at the, I mean, if you're kind of curious and maybe want to see her power, you could definitely look at some other players' recordings of streams. Again, I know I'm not the best at this, but I've been trying to get back in the Smite, and I know some people have wanted to see some Smite videos back from me, so here you go. That's what it is. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on the next one.